Hello, my name is Adrian Tamazani, and today we're going to learn how to make a benchmark. A benchmark is a very useful tool to make a comparison among different companies and different criteria to find out what is the best practice or the trend in a market. In just 5 steps, we're going to learn how to do it. Let's start. The step number one is to select the companies that you want to compare. That's very important because you need to identify which companies you want to make. I made this example for vegan protein companies. How you will find the companies that you want to compare is very easy. Just you need to go to Google and to write main companies in a specific market, in USA for example. You will find a lot of rankings, and your job is to select the companies that you are interested to compare. In this example, after many rankings that I review, I select these companies, which are a mix between public and private companies. Later we will see why this is a very important point. The step number two is select the criteria that you want to compare. It could be qualitative or quantitative. In this example, I choose to compare the sales, net sales in 2020 and 2019. But as well, I wanted to know how many retail outlets they have presence and if they have loss or income in the last financial report. After you select the criteria that you want to compare, it could be, for example, presentation, packaging, sustainability, any criteria that you want to compare. After selected the companies and the criteria, the next step is to fill and to complete the data. This is very important because not always you will find all the information that you want to compare. And in this step, you will have to make your assumption or your estimation about the information that you need to complete your benchmarking. In this example, the white cells are information that came from the financial reports, and yellow one are the information that I made based on some research that I made in interviews or in the website. What is the point that I want to talk in this step is that private companies most of the times doesn't share their strategy or their financial reports, and public companies they have to public the information about the challenge, net sales, and expenses. For example, if we go to Beyond the Meat, in the last quarterly report, we will find a lot of information about the research and development, the strategy about why they are hiring more people to administrate the increasing in the sales and expansion in other countries. So you will find a lot of information from public companies. That's why try to select a mix between private and public companies. Okay, so we already select the companies and the criteria that we want to compare, and we are making an effort to complete the information with the website, reports, and even from our assumptions. The step number 4 is to compare and to analyze the information. This is in order to get a bigger conclusion. Is try to get the big picture. In this example, with this sample of companies, I made the summary that means that are $2 billion. I made the assumption that these companies represent 40% of the market. That means that the total market in USA in 2020 is around $5.3 billion for vegan protein companies. And as well, I read all the reports, I find out that the companies, most of them are having increasing sales versus previous year. That's why I assume that the market is growing 75%, which is conservative if you compare the rates that are growing the others company, 100%, double digit, almost 2, 3%. So the market is increasing in most of the companies, and as well, and others companies are increasing, but not in this huge amount or percentage. That's why I think 75% of increase in the market is an conservative number. And of course, that's the most important part in the trend and the analysis in the step number 4. You need to compare, analyze, and to get your own conclusions, which are the step number 5. The main objective of a benchmarking is to have a conclusion or understanding from the market, because you made a research from different companies and you understand what are the strategies. In this example, I learned that the biggest companies has a lot of presence in the retail outlets. They have planned to expand and to have more presence in retailing. However, they are representing losses in the financial report because they are making huge investment in hiring new people, new members to administrate the structure, because they are assuming that the sales will grow in the future much bigger, much more than this year. So my conclusion is that the market is growing. There is a lot of opportunity to participate, but the biggest competitors are making huge effort in making a lot of investment in technology, logistic, quality, and presence in the retails in order to ensure that they will have a bigger share in the future. I hope with these 5 steps, select the companies, select criteria, complete the information, compare, make analysis, and make your own conclusions, you will find a lot of useful information making your own benchmarking in all the markets that you need. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Adrian Tamasani, and see you later.